Recently, I've been doing a lot of thinking about physical things, and I know that this is a channel that's usually about clothes, and this video is kind of about clothes, but it's also kind of about everything else. You see, one of the reasons why I think I really got into clothing is because it's something that has to be physical. And yes, you can insert some garbage about how they're NFT outfits, but really, clothes have to be worn in real life and have to be real things. Crazy concept, I know. As things are getting increasingly digital, it's nice to have a hobby that has to be in the real world, something that we can touch, something that we can feel, and more importantly, something that we can wear. Also, check out this new crew neck that I got. It's from Lady White Co. in Los Angeles. I got really into them thanks to the Discord homies, so shout out to you guys. So now I realize that there is some irony to this because I am making a digital video that is gonna be further digitized when I upload it and go to you via a digital computer, but I still think the point stands. Let's take a look at this cardigan. This is from the Engineered Garments and J. Crew collaboration from a few months ago. I love the way it looks, and that will definitely convey over the camera. I like the squares and circles across the body, the texture of the fabric, and the color is lovely. I've become a big fan of engineered garments in the past year or so, and this cardigan and the crew neck from the same line are no exceptions. Yet, at the end of the day, the best part of this cardigan is something that you can't really get through this video. It's how it feels, the weight, and the softness of the fabric. These aspects of the cardigan, and perhaps the best parts of the cardigan, are something I can only really convey to you by talking about them, and hoping that someday you get to feel them in person. As an aside, I think that's why fragrance ads are so weird, because you gotta convey a smell just visually. And I guess Dior smells like Johnny Depp playing a guitar surrounded by wolves. Which, as I found out, is an ad apparently a lot of people hate when I looked it up to make sure that it actually was Dior and Johnny Depp. Anyway, I wanted to pick this back up over here and talk about another hobby that I've gotten back into, which is shooting film. Back in college, and especially during the pandemic, I was shooting a lot more 35mm film, and I even made a video about it back then, like 5 years ago. The more things change, the more they stay the same. But I think at the time, what was really lost on me was the intention and the process of shooting a more analog style. Again, this was a physical object that required me to take a little bit more intention with what I was photographing. So in March, I decided to pick this up. This is a Zenza Bronica ETRS. It shoots 120 film, so the negatives are much bigger than 35, showcasing more detail, but it also means I can't shoot as many photos. I only get 15 shots per roll, rather than the 36 that I get from a roll of 35. And I mean, listen to the shutter noise that this makes. Oh, dark slide. Slowing down for this kind of photography, I think has not only made me more intentional and it's been pretty relaxing, but I think it's honestly made me a much better photographer. Take these black and white shots. I usually do color photography, but shooting this roll of Delta 400 made me think so much more about lighting. I had to pay more attention to the way the sun cut through the building or cascaded over the foothills. Even in color, I had to plan out when and where I went. Shooting at sunrise at the local airfield, or just paying more attention to the colors during a walk around the neighborhood. And of course, caveat, I know I digitized all of these. Life is full of ironies. Now, I'm not gonna be the first person on YouTube to talk about lessening the amount of technology in their lives. That's not even really what I'm trying to do. Recently, I got an Oura Ring to have more data about my life, and I'm about to start a master's program in something called creative technology. But I do think being more intentional about the technology we use is the main goal here. I truly think that technology is at its best when it's something that we can interact with, something that we can touch with our hands and our bodies, and not just something that we interact with just with our eyes. Thinking more critically about the materials and physical objects that I surround myself with is what got me into fashion in the first place. I wanted jeans and boots that would last me for years to come. And in that same way, thinking more about my photography and what I was shooting is what got me into physical formats and shooting film again. There's a literal cost to physical things that make you think about why and where you use it just that little bit more. At the end of the day, was this a video about clothes? Well, yes, but it was also a video about everything else. There's not really a theme to this channel that I plan on sticking to, and there's definitely not an upload schedule, but I appreciate all of you that took the time to watch this video. As I mentioned, I'm going back to school here in the fall, and I'm excited to hopefully make some cool things where I can bring you along with me. So if you aren't already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did, and hit the like button, because digital things are nice too sometimes. And I will see you in the next video.